Hi everyone, Mr. Campbellhouse here. Today I'm going to show you how I use the new Switchbot 3s to automate my IKEA Vidga curtain tracks. So what is a Switchbot? Switchbots are these cool little home automation tools that you can use to open your curtains. They make several models. I'm using the U-Track models, but they make a standard curtain model. The difference between the two is the arm that you put on. So this one goes in a U-Track and hangs underneath, whereas the curtain models have a hook that rolls over the top. But you can see this is the Switchbot 2 and this is the Switchbot 3. Both of them have this big grippy rubber wheel, and these are both curtain models, and so they both suspend and hang from the track. You can see they've got these spring-loaded arms that hold them in contact with the track. So what happens is when you send a command to these, those wheels will pull them left to right and shuttle your curtains across. I believe this one's got a capacity of 8 kilograms and this one has a capacity of 16 kilograms. So for really heavy curtains, my Switchbot 2s really struggled with the curtains behind me, whereas these Switchbot 3s work great. If your curtains aren't super heavy, I think the Switchbot 2 might be fine for you. But let me show you how these install and give you some tips. So I'm actually going to show installation of the Switchbot outside the curtain just so you can see better. But you detach one of your arms, you put it in at 90 degrees, take the other half of it, put it in at 90 degrees, and then you just connect the two together like so. So we're gonna go ahead and pretend that this is closed, so we can put that there. So we're gonna click on fully close my curtains. I've already installed the magnet for the Switchbot 3. This isn't something you have to do with the Switchbot 3, and the Switchbot 2 doesn't have this functionality. So we're gonna go ahead and hit detect magnet, and now we're gonna tell it to move to the right to go to the open position. So it's traveling across, and then in the app, I'll pause it wherever I want to stop. So for this, we're just gonna stop it here, and I'm gonna do auto calibrate close, and now it's gonna go in reverse. All right, and so it went right back to that final position. So we're gonna go ahead and click finish. And now in the Switchbot app, we have our controls, and we can open it 100% or anywhere in between. So for example, I'm gonna go ahead and set this one to, let's say 44%. And so what's really cool about this functionality is I've got my Switchbot set to where they open the curtains to 20% at 6 a.m. in the morning to let just a little bit of light in, and then at 8 a.m. in the day, they open 100%. So you can do some cool stuff with determining how much light you want to allow in at different times of the day. I've been living with the Switchbots for a long time now, and they've been super reliable after I did some troubleshooting. So let me go ahead and save you some time. My biggest piece of advice is if you're installing a curtain track for use with a Switchbot, try to limit the Switchbot to one piece of track. If you have it try to transition multiple tracks, you're gonna have a bad time. They don't have any trouble pushing my curtains onto this second track, but the Switchbots themselves do not like to go across, for example, that little gap there in the track. All right, so somebody who's lived with both for a decent amount of time now, let me compare the Switchbot 3 to the Switchbot 2. Switchbot 2, it was a great way to get into the automated curtain game. And I think this is a good product, but with my curtains, it didn't work very well. We have floor to ceiling curtains. They're blackout curtains and they're super heavy. And these little Switchbots really struggled with them. They made a lot of noise and they went pretty slow. And you could tell they were straining by the time they hit the end of the track. So when the Switchbot 3 came out, which is supposed to be twice as powerful and quieter, we made the upgrade to it. And while far from silent, the Switchbot 3 is significantly more powerful while making less noise. So the Switchbot 3 seems much more effortless than the Switchbot 2. And one of the features I've really enjoyed has been quiet drift. So with my Switchbot 2s, I had them set to turn on at 6 a.m. and open this window behind me to 20% just to gently wake me up. But I would wake up every day to the sound of this Switchbot moving. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. I was getting up anyway. But with the Switchbot 3 and quiet drift, these are so slow that I don't wake up when they're opening. So if you are intending to use these to wake up to gentle sun and you want to wake up in a peaceful way, that easily makes the Switchbot 3 worthy purchase over the Switchbot 2. And in my opinion, even makes the Switchbot 3 worthy of an upgrade over the Switchbot 2 if you've already have the Switchbot 2s. We do not regret whatsoever going from the 2 to the 3. The other thing is the 3 is just so much more powerful. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask those in the comments below. This has been Mr. Campbell House. Thanks for watching.